and welcome to a Minnesota Banking Minute. My name's Jay Tamburino with the Minnesota Bankers Association, and today we have John from Vantage Point. And John, the questions come up with the increasing opportunities when we're allowing employees to work from home. What are some of the things that you're seeing out there, or what are some of the things that banks are asking about?
That's a good question. Thanks for having me on, Jay. So one of the things that banks need to keep in mind is that there are things they need to do differently when working from home and things they need to keep doing the same when they work from home. And while working from home certainly has its conveniences, such as not having to commute in snowy weather, it's important that financial institutions and their employees keep some best practices in mind to stay secure. And one difference that we need to be aware of when working from home is the increased difficulty in maintaining a clear separation between home and work, both in terms of hardware and your routine. This means that your spouse and other family members should use separate devices and not your work computer, since they could accidentally damage something or introduce risk. Now, even you should limit your usage of the work-provided computer to work-related tasks to help reduce the opportunity for compromise. It can often be tempting to use your work computer for personal tasks and entertainment as well, but that is just not a good idea. Remember not to use your work email for personal use and vice versa, since this introduces substantial risk. Maintaining a clear separation between home and work also involves holding yourself accountable for working consistent hours. So if you normally work from 8 to 5, continue to work from 8 to 5 while at home and try to minimize disruptions. This benefits you, your employer, and your family by creating a structured way of life and by reducing distractions and stress, which can introduce security risks.
So, so what are some of the things that we should remember to do while we're working from home?
Sure. So the other side of this is, like you mentioned, the things that we need to continue to do when working from home. So even though your home environment may be more comfortable than your office at work, try not to become too casual when working from home, as this could make you lax with security. For example, you may be more willing to click on a malicious link in an email at home than you would when you're actually in the office. Some people find that dressing in their work clothes, even while working remotely, helps them to maintain professionalism because they feel like they're at work. Maintaining professionalism will help you act securely. Plus, if you are involved in video conferencing of any kind, you will need to be dressed professionally anyway. Also, when working from home, make sure you continue to observe the security policies that apply in the office, such as locking your computer when you walk away from it for a few minutes. And it may not seem very important, but this will keep you in the habit of doing that so that when you return to the office, you do not need to relearn that practice. Also, do not write down passwords. It is much safer to store them in password management software, which securely stores all your passwords in the cloud using a single password that you remember, which is often called your master password. These password managers often allow you to access all of your passwords on all of your mobile devices as well. And there are many good free password managers available online, such as LastPass or Dashlane. Additionally, sensitive documents should be locked in a secure location when you are away from home in case of a break-in. Your financial institution's office probably has better physical security than your home does. So make sure you keep your sensitive documents locked up. And the same applies to digital information. Keep your computer securely locked with a strong password and only use company-sanctioned devices for storage and transport of files.
Perfect. Great advice, John. I especially like the idea of having everybody keep in practice of locking their workstations. I think when we all get back into the office again, that's going to be something that we'll probably be striving for again. Is there any physical, technical things, are there any physical or technical practices that should be adhered to?
Sure. From a physical standpoint, just remember to keep your work environment locked. Have a filing cabinet or a locking desk with drawers for sensitive documents. Make sure you lock your home and things like that when you leave. And from a technical standpoint, just remember to keep your computer updated because updates are often released to address critical security issues. You should also keep your Wi-Fi router updated. Additionally, it's a good idea to ensure that you've changed your router's default login password to something secure. And regarding your internet connection, if possible, it's better to use a wired Ethernet connection with a physical cable rather than using wireless, because wired is more reliable and more secure than wireless. But if you do use Wi-Fi, however, make sure that you have the encryption strength set to WPA2. This setting can be changed in your router. Just contact your internet service provider or consult the vendor's documentation for any assistance with this. In either case, when you work from home, ensure that you always use a virtual private network or a VPN provided by your organization when accessing company resources to help protect sensitive data.
John, perfect advice. Thank you for your time today.
You're welcome, and thank you for your time for having me on.